Okay. Yep. So this is our report, which we yeah, our report which we sent out yesterday. It's listing all the DAO proposals that have been completed. So just updates for everyone. We have 2 new DAO members, Robmar and Blackhat. Right. It gets complicated. Technically, they aren't in the DAO itself yet. So they've been approved to become members, right? But they haven't joined the on-chain DAO, and it's because the proposals didn't include any addresses, Juno addresses. So there's going to be one more proposal which we put through, which adds both of the addresses, and I hope that we can get quick consensus in the DAO so that we can push it through as soon as possible. Okay. So another thing, yeah. Did someone have something to add?
I don't think so. Good going.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch to 30 frames per second at 720p. Right. So yes, the Nomada Bounty Program has been approved, and the DWork is getting a bit crowded. So we've got our Zcash section here. There's Zcash Espanol. There's the design sub DAO. I think it's yet to be used. Penumbra. We haven't been using this nearly as much as we could, and now we have the Nomada section here. I think what might be better is if we have Nomada and Penumbra together, and the task brief itself just denotes which project it's for. What do we think?
I'd like to see some DAO members helping manage each sub one. You know, like someone could specialize in Penumbra, someone could specialize in Nomada, and that'll help us manage it. And then it'll get a DAO member more experience on the technical backend stuff. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Agreed. Right, so what's next here? Nomada design. So yep, we have an open task, 11,000 NAM, and this is keychain, private keys. You can interact with front ends, Shield Cosmos IBC assets. This is a good task that we can start with. And yeah, let's see how it turns out. And if we can get the ball rolling, maybe we can work towards further collaboration with the Nomada community, reaching out to them. Maybe I think Gavin from Nomada might be someone cool to have on the podcast. I think he wrote the Nomada Zcash Alliance blog. So yeah, that's what we're shooting for here. Next, so we had a spaces with ZK or Z Culture. That's from Jays in the community. He's really cool. Yeah, if you haven't listened back to that X Spaces, it's a good one. Squirrel. Dismad recorded and released 2 tutorials on Zenith servers and wallet utilities. And then yeah, the 2 tutorials which we sent out for MetaMask Snap and Brave Browser. Excuse me. Updates to the dashboard. Dismad participating in Crosslink milestone 3. And yeah, I guess there's a lot to go through here, so
Find
please take the time to read through the
URL to share.
ZecHub milestone. I've also included a link to the Treasury report itself. So if you weren't a part of the DAO meeting and you'd like to take a look through the Treasury report, it's right here. And yeah, I guess the most important thing that we need to go through today is the hackathon. So we have a website for it. And yeah, 29 days remaining. We're inviting people to build something for Zcash. It doesn't, we're not expecting something amazing. But give it a try. I know that a number of people are already running infrastructure, running their nodes. Someone reached out to me and was interested in building like the Zatnet idea, which I shared recently. So yeah, I think there's going to be cool things coming. 100 Zec in prizes is available, and essentially whatever you build has to interact with the Zcash network. And you record a video of it, you post it to the Discord, and you make a pull request to our hackathon repo folder right here, and include the source code for the project. That's basically it.
Just want to add, Squirrel, this is a great way for new devs to show off their products, earn a little Zec, and then at the same time, it's a great window into going for a bigger grant through ZCG and showing what your app can do. So I just want to like showcase that this is like a pathway into getting an even bigger grant later.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so yep, these we had some shorts. Not all the shorts were sent out, so we'll be sending these two out. In fact, I think we just sent this one out and this one momentarily. Boom. And yeah, as we all already know, there are now 2 meeting slots. Ryan got in touch and he said people in EU time zone have difficulty joining those late meeting times. So moving forward, it's going to alternate between early time slot and late time slot. So there are now 2 events in the Discord. Please join both. And yeah, these are all the updates to the wiki. We've got a BTC pay servers, BTC pay server page, 2 pages, one for Arbris calls, DAO governance, wallet page was updated by Kenzo. Jay shared her research article on early on-chain and social signals. This one was super interesting. I think we shared it in the last meeting, actually. And yeah, SpeedFox improving the appearance of the site, Animel's guide on ZCool multisig, and Jenkin helping out with the menus. Awesome. In terms of what the DAO's done, I think we've got links from Vito, thank you. Yeah, we have funded Zcash Ukraine for month 1 of September to November. So there was like a events funding, and we've put that through for him. I think Zcash Arabia has completed. So maybe we can reach out to Mustafa and see what's happening with the project. Yeah. And Zcash career as well. Alrighty. So yeah, that kind of the report has everything we've been up to over the past 2 weeks. Of course, you can go over to our Twitter. And yeah, we've just released a tutorial on ZecPay made by CJ Frankie and our DYK from Croy on the shielded ecosystem. All right. I'll stop sharing. Cool. So yeah, was there anything that people wanted to bring up? I guess over the next couple of weeks, one of the priorities is going to be ZecHub looking to take over on some light wallet D infrastructure. I think we're going to start by running one test server and have that public, have people connect to it, make transactions, see how it goes. And then from there, we can kind of build it up slowly. I think this man's already got a domain. I think it was zechub.zone.
Yeah, ZecHub.zone. That'll be the URL. We'll get it set up.
Lovely. And yeah, I think next month, is the Zcash birthday. So it'll be interesting to know what we should do around that. We synced Discord to Zcash Ghana Telegram yesterday, so you can watch their work through Discord. Cool. Yeah, I think it'd still be cool to have Ogaski in the main chat every now and then. I was speaking with Rems and he asked about the newsletter. And this is very pertinent because I was reading through Zcash Brazil report yesterday. I saw there was some concern over like the accuracy in the links that we send out. And so Rems, who is, I think it was his edition, which was mentioned actually, Rems has asked if, and I think he's actually out of the contributors that do write the newsletters, Rems tend to be some of the more accurate ones. Let me share my screen again. Hold on. I'll try and make it make sense. So yes, every week we ask for community members to create their edition of the newsletter. And so this involves over 5 days looking through, sorry, hold on. Stream quality. Yeah, so yeah, over the week they look through community projects and they collect links, at least 15 links, right? I try to this isn't, I'm not asking for too much. It has to be digestible. And too much would be bad. I think I should also include Zcash Nigeria. Yeah, so Rems tends to make quite good newsletters, and he's requesting if he can be the one to handle newsletters. This has been requested in the past, and we've always chosen. Is this a new term? If so, very good. New term. Like, I think we've always had this for some time. We've had like a requirement to add stuff. What tends to happen is, let me get the link. GitHub. I'm kind of taking this time so that we can figure out how to do this properly. Newsletter history. All right, so every time a newsletter is submitted, I look through it and I make edits to it, and then it gets added. So when they are mistakes, like last week, the title had there's actually off ramp, but it wasn't actually, the link wasn't in the newsletter itself. So when that happens, it's as much my fault as it is the person that submitted the newsletter, because I'm like being the editorial entity here. So it goes to me before it goes to everyone. The thing is, like, there are a lot of links, and it can be very, like, with that many links, you're bound to miss something every now and then. That's why it really helps to have someone who's on point with the newsletter every week. Like, if Rems could get used to making these newsletters to a certain standard, it makes it that much easier for me to go through it and add stuff, remove stuff, send it. Yeah, that's my whole explanation, basically. What do we think? Does Rems take the newsletter forever, or does it remain something that anyone can do?
What about like monthly? So someone can get the bounty for a month and then do it's like each week, so 4 weeks, right? And then we rotate.
I like that idea.
And then once the year, like yearly, we could go over performance, and then from that point we'll have sufficient data to say, well, these DAO members or these contributors have been best performing, and then they have an argument for doing it full time.
Yeah, there isn't really a way of tracking performance of submissions other than the frequency of submissions. So, like, as you can imagine, if someone makes a bad newsletter, I tend to avoid assigning it to them the next week or for the next couple of weeks, right? So yeah, maybe we do have these task points. Sorry.
What about just making a note of how many corrections per week are made, and then just track that? And then if there's a high number of edits, then that implies it's not as thorough as you would like.
Yeah, I agree. And I'd actually like to say hello, Emma. This is Cash Emma from Zcash East Africa. He's new to the community, I think. Welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here.
Hey. Wasibota. I think you're from Uganda or Kenya. I'm not sure.
Actually, scroll.
rotation is fine. Yeah.
I have an idea. The, um, for the newsletter task, do we have a tutorial on how we want it done? Maybe that would be helpful.
On how we want the newsletter done.
Yeah, like a visual guide. Like, this is what we do. This is what we'd have to edit if it's not correct. You know, that way there's really no ambiguity. It's clear. This is what we want. Would that be helpful? And no.
Yeah, I mean, I could. Yeah, of course we could make a tutorial. Also just giving them zechub.substack.com to take a look through. And sometimes I've even shown people, like, this is what you've submitted to me, and this is what I changed it to. That kind of thing.
I like Minnie's idea of the DAO helping. Is there a way that maybe DAO members could be more helpful in overlooking and the edits? In other words, like, is there like a specific folder that we could upload it to so that everyone can look at it and make adjustments as needed? Or does it have to be a core contributor?
No, it could absolutely be edited. So the newsletters get submitted to the repo. So zechub./zechub/newsletter. This is where they come into every Saturday, right? So once they're here, what we could do is give every DAO member permissions on the ZecHub repo so that they could go in and make edits to anything that they wanted, right? So they could click edit file and they could add links, like change titles. They could do whatever they want. And then on Sunday, I would be able to use whatever's here and then add it to the Substack.
Yeah, I like that idea. And then this part right here could be a potential tutorial, like how to use GitHub. I still think there are a lot of folks that are scared of GitHub and they don't know how to do it.
Yeah. Shout out Els. Speaking of Els, she's got in touch with me. Interested in finding research article ideas. And yeah, do we have any good ideas for research articles? She's put out, I think, 2 or 3 Zcash related articles already. I don't know how to use a platform.
That's good to know. Thanks for letting us know, because that's part of what we need to know. If folks have questions, like, don't be scared to ask them, because we don't know there's a problem. We can't fix it.
GitHub is not really friendly for non-devs, but we learn what we have to learn for real. Yeah. And it's it seems complicated, but it's fairly, you can make changes within the website itself. Yeah. So let me add that to the list. Is to add DAO member permissions on ZecHub repo. Okay. When I push my code to GitHub, my AI remove files. Now I'm getting orchard mismatch errors. That's strange. Is that Copilot? Funny how I learned to use GitHub in this ecosystem. The first time is hell though, yeah. That's what we like to see.
Any tips you can recommend? Zord? Like, what was hard for you to learn at first, and maybe can give a tip or two to new folks who might be scared to ask questions.
My thing with GitHub is when I push my code to GitHub, I just want the essential files pushed and not all the test files. For some reason, my AI would still try to push them, and it would say like files too large, and it would get rejected. And then as I'm trying to remove the files, it always remove my code. Like
Yeah, I think, dude, I think there's a command for GitHub large files, where you can set it to upload large files. Yeah, this is it. Git LFS. So I'll send you this.
yeah, because I don't want to break my computer.
GitHub would break your computer. I have another idea. I can manage activities from Brazil and send them to a repository to be included in the digest. Each community could drop links in a designated channel, such as curation links, so that someone from DWork can easily access them. Here are the divisions. Okay, this is very new. It's a new idea where the communities themselves provide the links that should be included in the digest. It's a really good idea, Michael. I think what we can do now is kind of figure out what's the ideal. This might sound strange, but what's the ideal like maximum number of links for each community to submit, such that a digest can still be read. Like it's not going to be an infinite list.
Well, maybe 5, just off the top of my hand.
Yep. 5 from each or project per week.
Yeah.
Right. So we have this ambassadors channel. Do we think that we could use this? Should we just use that because it already exists? Or but I suppose the contributor would need to access it. Yeah, Vito, do you think we could make a curation list, creation links channel or thread or something? The forum format or thread are better, yeah. Okay, awesome. Thank you for the good idea. I think this would actually make things much more efficient, actually. Yeah. Let me just check here. REM's newsletter. So we've sorted that. We've invited people to the hackathon. L's ideas for research articles. I think a good idea might be, yeah, I mentioned this with you, smart contract chains versus UTXO chains, or not versus, but comparative analysis.
I'd be interested in comparison of governance models that are in use, like within different ecosystems, like between Ethereum, Polkadot, Cosmos, ICP, like compare and contrast. just to see what's out there.
I don't recognize this. Who's this? Oh, Charlotte. Hello. And yeah, we've got Chitty here. I wanted to mention Chitty, Lil King has gotten in touch with a sponsorship PDF for this PrivCon event. So I'll share this with you in private chat. Awesome. So yeah, I didn't really have much else for today. We've just posted the report again. Everything we've been up to over the past month is included there. Yeah, going forward, we're going to have more DYK series going out via Twitter. Zero to Zero Knowledge article going out as well. Yeah, I have many like documents which I need to complete and could be used for the Zero to Zero Knowledge. Anyone have anything else? Loa, what exactly is Nosy Wallet, by the way, before we go?
Nosy Wallet is an orchard-focused wallet that's built on Zebra.
So it's Orchard only.
Yes. Is that even possible?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Yeah. You just
Well,
only exposed. Sorry.
I just about to say before my code got butchered, I completed to where I was able to send Zcash. How you told me to try on mainnet? I tried on mainnet and it worked, but I was having trouble with sending the Z back to my wallet. And then when I was trying to push the updates to GitHub, that's when it removed my files. And I'm sitting here now trying to get everything back. But it recovered the files. But for some reason, I'm getting mismatch errors. So that's where I'm right now.
Yeah, I'm not the best at all this dev stuff, but I could take a look if you have the repo and could try and help out something.
Later today, I'll push it to GitHub and I'll send you the link.
Thank you. Yeah, use the large files LFS, Git LFS thing.
Yes.
Else, I think, yeah, of course. And actually, if anyone else needs help with like hackathon projects, just give me a shout and I'll do whatever I can or refer you to someone that has more info than me. Yeah. Els, I think. Yeah, go ahead.
Do I supposed to use Orchard 0.7 or Orchard 0.11. But I keep getting an error saying that N option is not available on 0.11.
Oh, I don't know. Did you like use Libra Zcash crates and literally build a whole wallet?
I use some crates like Orchard. I started a lot of them that I use. Every crate that I use, I started on my GitHub.
Cool.
Everything was Zcash, like foundation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go look at those libraries, the Zcash libraries.
Okay.
Yeah, I know the versions could be tricky. Sometimes if you use the wrong version, it gets funky.
Yeah, that's what I'm going through.
It's all right.
Oh.
There's still like 29 days in the hackathon. There's time.
Okay. Well, Square, I really wasn't gonna put this particular wallet in the hackathon.
Okay.
I actually want to approach the community grants program with this one.
Right. Cool.
So
Yeah, best of luck, dude.
So do I need to I don't want to get funded throughout the time of me building. I just want to get like once I complete and have my wallet actually working, is it possible just for me to get compensated for creating a wallet for Zcash?
Well, normally I would say yes. Like ZCG has done retroactive compensation. However, I think the one example that we could point to, EZCash, was not compensated. Correct me if I'm wrong, everyone.
Yeah, I think that was a good counterexample. But Lolo, depending on how the current vote goes with the retroactive voting, if that's proved and everything gets ratified as it seems like it's going to, coin voters will have a say on whether stuff gets funded retroactively. So you have a possibility there.
Okay.
Good point.
I think it'll be cheaper for the community that way as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm excited to see what happens.
Okay. Hopefully I can show a demo during the launch this Friday.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to it.
That's my weekly goal.
Let's do it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, once you start making things on Zcash, it becomes very like you like to do it a lot. I don't know what it is. Like, I started with this newsletter publishing app, and then I wanted to build a radio, and then I wanted to build an internet thing. And I guess the more you become familiar with the protocol, the more it opens up ideas and possibilities. So yeah, guys, invite your community members to participate in the hackathon. We might just happen across a super dev who takes a chance and builds something cool for the community. Yeah, I think it was Emma. Is he still here? Yeah, Emma, could you give us an introduction of Zcash East Africa very quickly, perhaps?
Well, my audible.
Hi. Yes.
ZMZM. Mukasumba Emmanuel, originally from Uganda. Working with the Central Code, the developers community here in Uganda. You can check it out on centralcode.z. We have some successful products like a free lamp, where you can check it out also. Well, I started a Zcash community, East Africa. And you can check it out also on X. I want to give my fellow developers and highlight on how Zcash works, because I've been following Zcash let me say 8 months. But in the past, I had a Zcash account, X account, but I don't know what happened, but I lost it. So then I gave it a zip, and I was working with a Zcash Nigeria, because by that time I lost the account. And I was like, let me give it a space. Now we are back. We had the successful first meetup that the Central Code premises here in Entebbe. We are planning to do another meetup in Kenya the coming month. Well, basically, that's what I have to say. That also during the hackathon,
Nice.
neat. We are need to develop some good product for Zcash.
Wow, that's incredible.
This is my first time to be here, and please welcome me.
Welcome,
so
welcome.
much.
Thanks for joining. This is great to see. Good to have you back, Emma. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So yeah, you're based in Entebbe
Yes, I'm based in Entebbe.
by the lake.
You feel free to come. Sorry?
By the lake.
Definitely by the airport. If you
Yeah.
time, you can just come to our Central Code premises. It is it's a big house, and welcome developers from anywhere. If you're from Nigeria, from anywhere, you can come. Have premises for devs. If you fly into Uganda, just come to Central Code premises. You're welcome.
Wonderful. This is nice. Yes. I very well might. So yeah, thank you for presenting. If you're not following Zcash East Africa, guys, please give it a follow and share their content as well.
Thank you so much.
Of course. Was there anything else?
Orisa is our big inspiration, and we thank him for his contribution to the community. He inspires us a lot. And
Yeah.
all of you guys, Mr. I can't see him. Squillo, yes. Thank you for our welcome. Thank you, thank you, guys.
Okay, thank you. Cheers. Yeah, so I think we can wrap up the meeting for today. Yeah, I think we can add Emma to the ambassador's chat if he isn't there already, so that this is like a chat which we coordinate with other projects and making sure we're all on the same page around initiatives and communications. Thank you, Vito. I can see the curation thread there. So, yeah, cheers, everyone. Have a nice rest of your day.